Um, in the meantime, tell me, how many of you have a business? Say one in the chat if you do, zero if you don't. I'm just trying to get a idea of who we have in here, okay? So most of us don't have a business, all right? In that case, next question. Next question is, have you used either Google AI Studio or Claude before? One for Google AI Studio, two for Claude, and zero for neither. Claude Code. Yeah. You all right, Maria? Anyone else? Okay, so everybody's used either Google or Claude. Well, no, a few of you. I've only had like three or four. Claude and Gemini, all right. Okay, and again, reset now. One last question. How many of you even looked at the homework? I just need to know where we're starting. That's all. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I hadn't looked at it until I actually went to look at it. Okay, so most of us have not looked at the homework, and that is fine. Fortunately, Kaggle have decided to play this uh, very gentle on us, let's say. All we have to do is watch a 20-minute podcast, read a white paper, and then the homework for today was simply to set up in Google AI Studio and in Antigravity, which is their big cloud server thingy. But that was all. So I actually attended the live stream and summarized it. So those of us who didn't get a chance to do that could still kind of do that. Okay, so bottom line, they're talking about, of course, as you know, all about agentic programming. Um, the fact is that AI agents are now, oh, you didn't get an invite to the live stream. Is it recorded? You know what, if I can remember, I will try and call that up. Okay. I'm not sure what I did, but my computer's now doing the wheel of death. I do hope I don't get kicked out. I have probably frozen. Cancel you. It thinks I want a screen capture, and I don't. I really don't. Escape doesn't work. Oh boy. Snagit was running, I think, in the background. Folks, if you can hear me, please hold on. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, lovely. Okay, can everyone still hear me? I can see me. Okay, great. So my browser just crashed for some unknown reason. Fortunately, this is a Mac. I can probably bring it back to life. I mean, I could be wrong. Okay, let me try that once again. That was fun, though. Always exciting. Yes, I use a ton of profiles, and that's probably why it got so confused. Shall we try that screen share just one more time? Yes, I shall. Screen share. There we go. Wasn't even running. Okay. Here, what I said was I was going to go to kaggle.com and anything you need, just go to kaggle.com and scroll down to the 5-day agents intensive course thingy. Course outline is here, but more important is this big discussion tab here. Go to that. All your homework, all the welcome, the details of everything are in there. So the homework was just, listen to the summary podcast, read that white paper, get started with anti-gravity. And in here is where they talk about the white YouTube channel. Now, this is actually an unlisted playlist. I guess they're keeping it behind bars so that it's not just accessible to the general public yet. But day one live stream is here. Day two live stream will be tomorrow. So just go back here anytime and you can play that. Today was just a Q&A. I think all 5 days is Q&A, but basically you do the homework the day before and then come to the Q&A, which is at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. Central European time, or 11 a.m. Pacific. The rest of you do the math. I can't do that much math in my head. Okay. So I'm just going to drop that in the chat. So if you haven't seen it yourself or can't be bothered to go look at it, you can at least click on that. And in the chat, you should be able to click Save Chat. So even if either click on it right now so it opens up your browser and you keep that page, or Save Chat so that you can find it again when you need it. Okay, now back to the so-called presentation. It's just an overview presentation of what they did. The Kaggle page is literally just kaggle.com. And everything is linked off of there. So this so-called presentation is just a quick overview of what the homework was and what they discussed in the Q&A, okay? So the homework was literally, like I said, listen to the podcast, read the white paper, go into Code Labs in Google. You get the anti-gravity set up, and you do your Google AI Studio, and you build your first little teeny tiny app. That's it. Okay. And so all of this, like what it was basically doing and what the white paper described was the fact that AI is now getting to the point where it's doing all the work. A developer no longer needs to sit there and, his expertise is not typing anymore. Running out of credits. You know what? One of the things they were saying was you don't need to just say, okay, I'm using Sonnet or I'm going to use Opus. You can actually instruct it to use the right model. Like if it's just building JSON and formatting it, it does not need Opus or Sonnet. You can just use Haiku or whatever the lowest branch in your LLM is. Archana, yes, you can just watch the live stream again and do the homework. Yeah. The live stream was 50 minutes long. I would watch it a little fast, like on a 1.2x or 1.5x. Go to the discussion page again and on kaggle.com, go to the discussion page and the homework is there. Yeah. And the homework was a pretty short one, I think. A quick read, 20 minutes maybe, and another 20 minutes to watch the accompanying podcast. And that was all. So basically now we've got agents writing code for people. So the bottom line is it's kind of become like the Pareto principle, right? 80% of the work is wasted, and it's really just the 20% that gives you the results you need. And that's exactly what AI agents are doing for you. They are doing 80% of the work. Your job now as a developer, if you're a developer, is literally to look at the AI, make sure it's doing work, to teach it how to do good work. And oh, I missed that other question in the chat. How much time does it need? It needs, I would say, give yourself an hour, depending. If you're watching it at normal speed, to watch today's Q&A will take an hour, but the Q&A was just asking questions like, what's the future of developers? What's the future of hiring? Um, how do you reduce the token usage? That kind of thing. It's not a must-have to get through the course. It's very useful in terms of understanding more. That's all. And yeah, the distinction they made was between vibe coding, which is what I tend to do nowadays. I have an idea, I just blurt it out into AI and it builds an app, right? Versus actual agentic engineering, which basically you spend a bit more time up front, but you set out the guidelines, right? You say, these are the test cases I want. These are the edge cases I want tested. This is the main output I want, and then I want XYZ. I don't want XYZ side effects. All of that. If you say all of that up front before the AI goes out and builds, it'll build you a much more robust system, and it will actually use less tokens because you've made it think ahead. With vibe coding, what I've done literally multiple times now, I build an app and then I go, oh, um, it doesn't have the XYZ feature that I wanted, or oh, I want to ask a few more questions here. I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, because I'm not thinking it carefully through before I start, I'm spending a lot more tokens. And if you're doing something of the sort, stop doing that. I've just told myself to stop doing that. Plan ahead, build your harness, and that will reduce your token usage and also give you, oh, excuse me, give you better results. Okay. So now they were saying they had engineers from Google there, I think, and another big company, I forget its name. 85% of developers are already using AI. And Google was saying, the guy from Google was saying that about 80% of their code is AI assisted, not necessarily written entirely by AI. Um, Samir, you're saying that Discord for Kaggle is not working. It was working for me fine. And that error for me usually happens when my computer is running out of memory. Try restarting your computer, not right now, not in the middle of this call, but after that, just try restarting and it might fix it. So the metaphor they used was that it's like going from laying every brick yourself to actually just sketching the house, having the crew build it in an hour. And I would say first you get the engineers and the architects to do their job properly so that the house is built correctly. It's not going to fall down, if a slight wind comes along. Anyway, bottom line is the developer's job has changed completely. But it's also made it possible for people like me. I was not born to be a developer. I actually happened to be a developer. And you don't need to be a developer to build apps anymore. AI is really democratizing that. And the best part is little apps, the things that you didn't know where to go. You would buy an app off the shelf, maybe a to-do list, and it didn't work quite exactly, but because that's what you bought, you used it. Well, you don't need to do that now. You can literally talk to your AI and say, build me a to-do list that does this, that, and the other exactly the way I do it. And that'll work. Is using Discord a must, says BMO. And the answer is no, it's not. It's just that Discord is where they communicate things more frequently. So either go to the Discord or use the discussion page that I showed you on Kaggle. Discord is if you want to sit there and chat with other people, like on day 4 and 5, for example, if you're a machine learning person and you're doing the intense calculations there, probably you would like to have someone who's also a machine learning expert do that. Yeah. Okay. And yes, right now, software is definitely having the anyone can build now moment. You can literally prompt something, see a prototype in seconds, deploy it also in seconds, and I suspect if you've been on Facebook recently, you've seen 100 different ads for these little teeny tiny AI apps. Yeah, there is zero bar to entry now. And it's not difficult, but the better apps will be the ones that survive. People who think things through first. But if you're considering an app that everybody else can think of, just remember that everybody else will think about it. And so your best bet in success is actually getting it out to market faster. I'm just going to say that. Now, someone in the call, I think, asked, how do you get AI to be better, right? To get you better results. Um, and the bottom line is AI is like this really smart kid. Anyone who's a parent, we all think our kids are smart. But the bottom line is any kid, no matter how smart they are, unless you tell them exactly what to do and also what not to do, kids are going to go do something, maybe they'll climb a ladder that's too high for them and they'll fall off and it's a mess. So the point is you've got to give the child the context, you've got to give the correct instructions, you've got to give detailed instructions, you've also got to tell it, don't get into a car with a stranger, don't accept food from strangers, the basics. Same thing with AI. You've literally got to tell it what you don't want as well as what you do. And as the more specific you can get, the better the output you're going to get. By the way, stop me if I'm going too fast for anyone. If you have questions, keep dropping them in the chat. I'll try and answer as I see them. And okay, time for a live demo. How wonderful. All I'm going to do is just, hey, I thought I had that open. Didn't I? I did not because it died. There we go, Claude. Anyone got an idea for an app? Drop it in the chat. Going once. Going twice. A mental health app. Oh, come on. I meant something little, teeny, tiny. An about me page. Okay. World game app. Some more ideas. A speed dating app. Task management. Wordle. Okay, let's see the Wordle one. I like that. Or a tic-tac-toe game. Ooh. Can you build me a tic-tac-toe game, please? I say please and thank you. I don't want the AI to kill me first when it decides to take over the world. Okay, this is looking interesting. Hey, look at that. All right, new game. Yes. Who's O? Okay, I'm going to play O as well. All right, I'm going X. I'm being a smartass O, I'm going to go there. And an X. Yes, I could literally spend the whole day playing. We are using Claude because if you want the Gemini thing, it's already there in Google's training. I just wanted to give a different aspect of using it. Also, the version that I'm going to be leading is not going to be machine learner heavy, right? It's not machine learning, in-depth, deep AI. This is for non-technical people. That's a very good question, Archana. How can I publish this app and get a URL to share with friends? Generate a standalone index.html. Okay, so it's literally as simple as that. It'll create an HTML file for you, you drop it onto Netlify or send it to your friend and tell them to click on it. That's it. There you go, Kenneth. Nice to see you again. Yep, you can use Vercel free and you can use the command line. I am not going to be read HTML. I hate to tell you all, but that's it. Today's assignment, it was actually to build an app and deploy it. They want you to do it in Google Studio and Antigravity. I'm doing it here in Claude. Oh, look at that. Here's my little game. Oh, I know. Can you give me a play against the computer mode? Anyway, that was it. So you saw how easy that was. I mean, this is a brain dead little app, but Claude can literally do that, and so can AI, and so can ChatGPT. So whatever system you use, whatever LLM you use, you can literally just do it there. Yes, Archana, you can absolutely do that. But I suspect if you try tic-tac-toe, there's probably 20 other people or even 200 other people. Yes, that's literally it. If you can publish an app, do the marketing, and you will get people to use the app and generate some income from it. Okay. So you already actually, I skipped steps here myself. We already did the Claude AI, described your idea, got an app. It says get a sharing link. It didn't give me a shareable link, whatever. You could do it in Cowork. Let's go into Cowork. I hate Cowork, but let's try it. Can you make me a tic-tac-toe game where I play against you and also, oops, not in my chat window. Also give me a shareable link for it. Yes, I forgot about question marks. But that's it. I mean, it's going to do the same thing we just saw the other one doing. And this is where somebody was asking about tokens. Yeah, I'm chewing up tokens for no reason. 4,000 characters, 5,000 characters. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is the freaky outest part of the whole thing. And since it's doing that, this was Cowork. I'm going to go do the same thing in Claude Code. Cowork has to go find tools. Okay, this was actually a lot more painful than just using the chat interface. On the chat interface, everything was already there. Chat is the main thing with chat is it cannot access your computer. So it's just talking to the web, right? Everything is coming on and off their servers. With Cowork and Code, you can actually access your own desktop and other parts of your computer. Code is doing more intelligent work. It's much more powerful, has access to the terminal. It does much higher levels of reasoning too. Well, I could be lying about that. I'm not a Cowork expert. I love Claude Code. So this time the game actually plays against me. I haven't left much room for any of us to win. Oh well, it's a draw. I could spend hours on this, so I need to get rid of it. Yes. On hard. Hard, I'm genuinely unbeatable. Medium is where you'll have most fun. Thank you for warning me about Cowork. Yes, you can write skills and commands, absolutely. And agents. Yeah. By the way, I just clicked always allow. You should be very careful when clicking always allow. because you might be giving it permissions to do things you don't necessarily want it to do. Anyway, back to my thingy, that thing, the presentation. Basically, the one time to remember, generation of code already solved, right? The rest now is what is the human part of it, verifying it, judging whether it's going correctly, and what direction you want it to take. So the bottom line is everybody's scared that developers are going to go out of work. They're not going to go out of work unless they can't direct things, right? Because if you have the chops to envision, you're the one who's got the idea, who can tell when things are right and wrong. Right now, Claude and the other AIs aren't smart enough. They might get there. I hope they don't get to the complete level of replacing humans. But for now, you are the one who knows what good looks like, asking the right questions. A skill is basically kind of the pseudocode, the way something gets done. And then the agent is the thing that goes out and makes that thing happen. Entry-level developers and junior developers. Tough question. Go ask that in tomorrow's call. Yeah. I think the bottom line is even a junior developer at this point is going to be more of an orchestrator of code than someone who writes the code, because Claude and the other LLMs do basically that job already. Thank you. Yeah. Min is right. A skill is a set of instructions to perform an activity. So this is it. This is basically all we have to do. Today's homework is literally either do the Google version, which is go and set up an account in Antigravity and set up your first little app in there, and use AI Studio on Google to deploy that app. And then you get a shareable link, share it with all your friends, take it to the Discord server, share it with them. It's just your opportunity to do a little thing, get some confidence, and brag about it. I don't think you get extra credit. No, sorry, BMO. Kenneth says he didn't think he'd be middle management for agent teams. Yeah, you know what? That middleman's still extremely, extremely useful, because most of the C-suite is not going to be sitting there playing with Claude. That's your job. Yeah. So this is it. It's that simple. Open Claude.ai or whatever LLM you like. Describe one small thing, something that ideally that is useful for you in your business, and see what happens. That's it. Super simple. And of course, you've got an assignment for tomorrow. Again, there's a link in the discussion thing to your assignment. There's a companion podcast, another white paper, and this time you're actually going to use the anti-gravity command line interface. If you're using the Google thing, otherwise come back here, same time tomorrow, 5 o'clock my time, whatever time it is in your country, that same time. Okay. And pretty much that is it. Today we built one app. Tomorrow is how the agents plug into everything else, your tools, your data, and actually talk to each other. You're going to learn about the Model Context Protocol, agent to agent, agents that build UIs. Okay, this last one is new to me. AP2 UCP. Ooh, agents that complete purchases on your behalf. Ugh, I understand this is going to happen, but man, I'd be suspicious as heck of it. And the fun part, yes. Guess who invented MCP? It was Anthropic, the people who made Claude. So Claude has actually a lot of the built-in stuff. They've also got connectors sitting right in there. Most of us, when you set up Claude, you're connecting with Google Drive, Gmail, GitHub. You can set up Claude and Claude Cowork, I think, to actually handle your email, right? Instead of hiring a VA to do it and get you to inbox zero, get your LLM to do it. I was talking to someone this afternoon, one of our members, who was trying to get a full command center built out. You know, that's very, very doable now. And you don't need to pay a development house to build you a custom dashboard for it. Better to create small modules and do the integrations or build everything at once. I am a developer by training. I would always say build small modules because that way you can swap things in and out as well. If you build a monolith, you are not, you're not going to be happy long term, let me just say. Um, and if you get stuck on a bug or an issue, literally feed the bug back into Claude or whatever your LLM is. I will show you, like I have a event creator script. Like, I run events on Meetup. So I do things like count how many people have RSVP'd. There was a bug. So I said, literally, I went in here, something's wrong with the script. It's not putting in the description of or the Zoom link. I was creating an event. And later on, there was a part where I was trying to count the RSVPs and it was putting the wrong answer. I use actually all three. I use Google for some things, Gemini for some things, ChatGPT for some things, and what's the last one? Claude. Claude for the rest. And that's it. That was my presentation. Tomorrow's big idea is literally how agents plug into everything else. And for today, if you do nothing else, create a little app, whether you do it in Gemini, Google, ChatGPT, or Claude. Doesn't matter. Do something. Okay? That's literally all I had to say. And now I'm going to let you all talk. How about that? Anyone got questions? Please put up your hand first. Don't talk over each other. Anyone? Evelyn, I used CoWork for a calendar and email function. It used up a lot of credits. Yeah. That's the other part of, oh, I totally missed that. I didn't have it in my slides. During the live stream, they said you always, when you get an idea, put it through the IU something filter. Sustainable, IUS. So is it interesting? Which is why you got the idea. Is it useful? If it's only useful to you, it may not be an app, maybe it's just a little tool. And then is it sustainable? And sustainable is not just, are you going to have interest in it? But literally the credits issue, right? So, yeah. Kenneth says he's created hundreds of TypeScript and Rust-based projects, and he doesn't know either. Okay, but do you at least know enough about the subject matter so that you can test when things are right and wrong? If you don't, you have a problem, I would say, unless you're expecting Claude or whatever your LLM is to also do that for you. C, C++. I hate C, C++. So we cannot be friends, Kenneth. I'm really sorry. I'm a Java geek. Questions, anyone? Was there anything in the homework or, anything about Claude CoWork, please don't ask me questions about CoWork because I don't know CoWork. Why change Google into Aggie? Sorry? I'm missing it. I don't understand what AGY was. What's the fastest path from agent prototype to something you can charge a client for? If you've got a prototype, oh, anti-gravity. Got it. I don't know. I think Kaggle is using the anti-gravity because they want this to finally run on the cloud server, the end project that they're building. So this is meant to be going from scratch to being, super developer almost. And I forget what I was saying. So there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is anyone else's register here button working on Kaggle? Because when I click it, nothing is happening. Or do we even need to register?
You do need to register if you are going to be competing in the final competition that they have, but not for anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, because the homework's all there. The live stream is live, and you can you can just check every day in the discussions tab to see if there's anything new there.
Okay.
Vibe code
Thank you.
created app is optimized and small, even though it seems to work well. That's where your programming chops come into play, right? You need to give it that instruction to be very, very focused. Where is the link? Okay. If you want to register for Kaggle itself, just go in there. Kaggle.com. Scroll down. Sound new and exciting? You've got 5-day agents. I'm registered. It's right up here. And whoever said that they didn't get emails and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't get emails either from Kaggle, except one saying, please remember to register, which I had already done. But yeah, if you come to this page, you see the button to register. And also there's the overview here, but also there's this other big tab here, discussion. So click the discussion tab. That's where all your homework stuff sits. And all the links to things like the YouTube channel, the live streams, all of that are in there. And your D2 assignment is in there too. So another summary podcast, you read the white paper, and then you actually do the two little coding things. Yeah. Engineer level skill. Claude Code plugin called Superpowers. Yeah, exactly. There's the bottom line is if you can imagine it, A, you can probably get it built yourself. And B, if you don't want to do that, somebody probably already built it for you. You just need to learn how to dig through GitHub to find it. And again, tomorrow's live stream will be at 11 a.m. Pacific. Where's the thing there? Not the summary podcast. Tomorrow's live stream. Here we go. Day 2 live stream. Where's the day 1 live stream? We've got people waiting for it. Nothing. Okay. Nope. All right. The recording is here. Day 1 live stream recording is here. So anyone who missed that live, you can have it right there. Nice talking to you, Samir. And anyone else questions? If not, I will let you go.
I have
It
one
was,
more.
yeah.
Maya, have you experienced what they call AI psychosis? Just being your mind is just running
Hallucinations.
it, not hallucinations, but like uh just the paranoia of trying to keep up with everything that's going on in AI space to
How
where
do,
you lose sleep,
not to the
stuff like that.
point where you lose sleep, but definitely there's that. It's not fear of missing out. It's that paranoia that, everything's going so fast.
Yeah,
And I can't keep up. I mean, obviously, I can't read every article. I can't keep on track with, for one, for example, love art and creating music and um, videos and stuff. I have no time to explore that.
right.
So you don't need an invite, Vaughn. You can just literally click the YouTube link. Let me find it. It's gone. Does anyone have the link to the live stream to the playlist? There we go. I think I found it. Copy, paste. So that basically is a whole playlist, and you can just go every morning, every afternoon, and click on that, and you will get to the current one and the recordings. As you, I can't pronounce your name. Could you unmute and tell me how to say your name, please? Ehizoji? No. Um, this is being recorded, but do you really want a replay of this? It's just me talking. If you want it, I'll put it on YouTube and send you out a link. Any other questions, folks? Have you all built an app while we were talking? You should have. It was like 5 minutes long to build the app. Oh, you're very welcome. Ehizoji. Where's that name from? I've never heard that one. The next agenda upcoming. The next agenda is tomorrow's homework, I guess, where you're going to learn how to get your app to talk to other things. Yeah. If there are no more questions, I won't keep you. You get back about 17 minutes of your life. Enjoy. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. And I will see you all tomorrow, maybe.